They had the fame, the hype, the spotlight. These K-drama actors once ruled the industry a decade ago. But how many actually stayed on top? Here are 7 of the hottest Korean actors a decade ago, and where their careers stand today. 7. Joong-ki.
잠깐 얘기 좀 합시다.
뭔데 너는?
빈첸조 가사노. 금가프라자 건물주 조영훈 사장의 변호사입니다.
If you were watching K-dramas in the mid-2010s, this felt like a done deal. Song Joong-ki had the looks, the roles, and the momentum, the kind of trajectory that usually locks an actor at the top for a decade. When he became Yoo Si-jin in Descendants of the Sun, it wasn't just a hit, it felt career-defining, the kind that makes people assume, okay, he's set for years. And in 2016, that belief looked unbreakable. Descendants of the Sun ended at 38.8% nationwide, numbers that barely exist now. His fame spilled far outside dramas. He became the first actor ever featured on KBS News 9, was named a National Tourism Ambassador during the craze, and even won Brand of the Year. But instead of smooth dominance, things got complicated. In 2017, the Battleship Island sold millions of tickets and still got tagged as underwhelming because its massive budget meant it didn't break even. Then, in 2019, Arthdal Chronicles arrived with fantasy epic scale and a reported 54 billion won budget. The finale hit 7.4%, which sounds fine on paper. But was that really what people expected from Song Joong-ki at that point? And that's when another question started creeping in. Was the shine starting to wear off? Also in 2019, his divorce was officially confirmed. Not a scandal, but it turned his private life into unavoidable national conversation. And in the K-drama industry, public perception is its own kind of currency. Once it shifts, there's always a price. Fast forward to 2026, and his career reads like a study in contrast. In 2022, Reborn Rich ended at 26.9%, one of the biggest cable drama finales ever, proof he can still anchor a full-blown phenomenon. And yet in 2025, My Youth closed at 2.1%, a number that would have been unthinkable during his peak years. So what really changed? The actor? Or the industry? Same star, totally different era. And maybe that's the real takeaway. In 2026, even Song Joong-ki doesn't get guaranteed wins anymore. 6. Chang-wook.
증거 내가 계속 얘기했잖아. 왜?
If you've been watching K-dramas for a while, you've probably noticed this. Chang-wook never really disappears. He was already established before 2016 even arrived. From Empress Kai to Healer to the K2, Chang-wook carved out that rare action romance lead lane audiences actually believed in. These shows did very well for cable dramas, back when K-dramas weren't yet a global phenomenon. And a big reason was his credibility. He felt reliable. By 2016, the K2 locked in his action star image. What's impressive is what came next. He never hit the slump. He moved straight into more lead roles, kept showing up, and even when he went to military service, the usual danger zone where momentum dies, he didn't come back scrambling. He came back steady. By the time Welcome to Samdal re-aired, it was clear the public was still with him. The drama wrapped at 12.3% nationwide, proving he wasn't surviving on nostalgia or fandom, he was still a mainstream draw. Around the same time, he leaned into darker, more serious roles with projects like The Worst of Evil and The Manipulated, strengthening his credibility in the crime noir lane. When The Manipulated dropped, it topped Disney Plus Korea for a full week. And here's the bigger takeaway, Chang-wook might have quietly cracked the formula for staying on top. Relentless work ethic, smart role choices, and a life that stays largely free of controversy, which, in the K-drama world, is almost impossible to maintain. So, where does that leave him now? In 2026, he's one of the most trusted leads in the industry, loved by longtime viewers, accepted by newer fans, and steady in a way very few actors manage. 5. Park Seo-joon.
김 비서.
네?
나 지금 어때?
완벽하십니다.
For a while, Park Seo-joon felt untouchable. After several back-to-back hits like What's Wrong with Secretary Kim and Fight for My Way, he was positioned as one of the safest, most bankable leading men in K-dramas. The kind of actor you expect to stay on top simply by showing up. But that's where the conversation starts to change. The real shift came after Ida won Class. Instead of riding straight into another TV hit, his appearances slowed. Fewer leads, longer gaps, and in K-dramas, momentum dies fast. Absence doesn't look like rest. It looks like the spotlight moving on. When he finally returned, the industry wasn't waiting. New breakout stars had taken over, trends had shifted, and the audience that once crowned him king had changed. Gyeongsong Creature arrived with huge hype and a reported 70 billion won budget. It performed well globally, but domestically, the response was mixed. For the first time, a Park S Seo-joon project wasn't a guaranteed win. From then on, his name stopped being an automatic seal of approval. Every project had to prove itself. Then came the side narratives. A 2014 interview resurfaced in 2021 and was reread through a stricter cultural lens. In 2023, a brief Concrete Utopia stage greeting moment went viral, sparking an attitude debate he later clarified, but only after the discourse had already taken off. None of these were scandals, but together they changed how people watched him. And here's the consequence. Park Seo-joon can't move on autopilot anymore. In 2026, he's still active and relevant, but now every choice matters. Scripts, platforms, timing, tone. His JTBC return. Surely Tomorrow opened at 2.7% and ended at 4.7%. Solid by today's standards, but far from the dominance he once made routine. 4. Park Bo-gum.
민심의 귀를 기울여야 성군이 된다는데 거란에만 머물러 있어서야 뭐가 들려야지요.
Now, this is an actor who entered 2016 as a rising breakout star and somehow ended up becoming one of the most established A-listers of his generation. Most actors spend years trying to peak. Park Bo-gum did it in 1 year and somehow kept going. He walked into the year riding the momentum of Reply to 1988, which premiered in late 2015 and quietly grew into a cultural monster. By the time it ended, the finale hit 18.8% nationwide, the highest-rated cable drama ever at that point. Viewers weren't just watching, they were emotionally attached. Late 2016 was the takeover. Love in the Moonlight gave Park Bo-gum his first true lead, and as Crown Prince Lee Yong, he turned it into a phenomenon. Ratings crossed 20%, peaked at 23.3%, and media didn't hesitate to label it the Park Bo-gum era. Gallup Korea's 2016 Talent of the Year poll crowned him #1 at 35.2%. The proof was everywhere. A Gyeongbokgung Palace fan event pulled in over 5,000 people. KBS treated him like the centerpiece, Daesung nominee, Top Excellence Actor, and Drama Awards host. And in 2017, Forbes Korea crowned him #1 power celebrity. Then came the pause. Military. Service in 2020, discharged in early 2022. New agency. For most stars, this is the moment people stop asking where you've been and start asking who's next. Except with Park Bo-gum, it didn't. By 2025, he came back like he never left. Netflix's When Life Gives You Tangerines shot to #1 globally, won Best Drama at Baeksang, and earned him a Best Actor nomination. JTBC's Good Boy followed with strong ratings. What makes it more impressive is everything around the dramas. The projects hit, but the brand power mattered just as much. Korea tourism, Celine, everything locked back into place. In 2026, Park Bo-gum isn't fighting for relevance. He's comfortably established, proving that the hardest part isn't rising, it's staying there. 3. Yoo Ah-in.
모두 옳은 말씀이십니다. 철저히 추국하여 처결하세요.
This one genuinely hurts, because Yoo Ah-in used to be everywhere. And now, he's nowhere. Not slowly fading, not quietly stepping back, just gone. And when you remember how untouchable he once looked, the contrast is brutal. From 2015 to 2016, Yoo Ah-in wasn't just popular, he was dominant. The public voted him #1 movie actor of 2015 in Gallup Korea's year-end survey. That same year, he led 2 box office giants, Veteran with 13.4 million admissions, and The Throne with 6.2 million, over 19 million tickets in a single year. Add a Blue Dragon Best Actor, a Baeksang Best Actor for Six Flying Dragons, plus a Prime Minister's Award in 2016, and he looked completely bulletproof. Industry-proof, scandal-proof, unstoppable. Then February 2023 hit. And everything froze. News broke of a police investigation into alleged illegal propofol use. A travel ban followed, questioning began, and almost immediately, the industry pulled back. Netflix dropped and recast him from Hellbound Season 2. KBS announced a temporary restriction on his appearances. By May, police were openly warning they'd seek his arrest. In September 2024, the fall became official. Yoo Ah-in was sentenced to 1 year in prison and taken into custody immediately, even when an appeals court suspended the sentence in February 2025, leading to his release after about 5 months. The verdict had already landed where it hurt most: his career. Projects didn't vanish. They were stripped of him. Films like The Match still came out, but without promotions, without press, without his face. By July 2025, the Supreme Court finalized the case. Legally, the story was over. Professionally, it wasn't even close. In January 2026, he's still in limbo. No confirmed comeback. Casting rumors shut down. No one barely talks about him in the industry, and even if they do, it's news of an actor who had a massive fallout, not the legacy he built for years. And that's the most brutal part. For an actor who once looked untouchable, the question isn't when he returns. It's whether the industry will ever let him back into the room at all. 2. Kim Soo-hyun.
내려가 입꼬리 내려가.
Let's be real, this name still makes the K-drama industry uncomfortable to say out loud. But you can't skip him, because the gap between how powerful Kim Soo-hyun once was and how suddenly everything unraveled by 2025 is one of the most jaw-dropping shifts in modern K-drama history. And if you blinked, you probably missed just how fast it happened. At his peak, his name wasn't just famous, it was currency. By 2012, he was already national drama level when The Moon Embracing the Sun closed at 42.2% nationwide. That's not just a hit, that's shared cultural memory. Then he did something even rarer. He took that TV dominance straight into film. In 2013, Secretly greatly sold 4 million plus tickets in 8 days, smashing opening records. That wasn't crossover success. That was total market control. And the industry treated him like it knew exactly what it had. Forbes Korea ranked him number 4 in 2013, then kept him near the very top of its power celebrity lists. Number 2 in 2015, number 5 in 2016, even when he wasn't constantly releasing work. By 2024, it looked like Kim Soo-hyun was on a full second peak. Queen of Tears didn't just succeed, it rewrote records, becoming TVN's highest-rated drama ever and pulling massive global numbers on Netflix. Luxury brands rushed back in. By late 2024, he was named a Prada ambassador. It felt like a clean reset. And then, everything collapsed. After actress Kim Se-ron passed away in February 2025, scrutiny exploded overnight. In March, a YouTube expose and claims from her family alleged he had dated her while she was a minor, alongside other allegations, including claims he distanced himself during her lowest period. None of this has been proven in court, and his agency denied the claims. But public opinion didn't wait. Brands moved first. Prada cut ties. Disney Plus paused Knockoff. The freeze was immediate and brutal. So where does that leave him now? As of 2026, there's no comeback date, no roadmap, some still believe in him, and the courts haven't reached a final conclusion. But here's the real question. Is that enough to bring him back to where he once stood, or has that version of his career already passed? 1. Lee Min-ho.
워낙에 지중하다 보니까
부원장님한테나 disgusting shit.
저요.
At one point, it was honestly hard to imagine K-dramas without Lee Min-ho at the center of them. So, how did the guy who literally defined Hallyu end up facing back-to-back disappointments and questions nobody used to ask? For years, his name alone was the safety net. After starring in the global phenomenon Boys Over Flowers, it felt like his career was set forever. The drama ended with a 34.8% nationwide finale, turning him into a generation-defining star. Hits followed: City Hunter, The Heirs. And the pattern was clear. If Lee Min-ho was leading, success was assumed. That reputation stuck. Even in 2016, when he returned with The Legend of the Blue Sea, it felt automatic. The drama peaked at 20.7%, topped its time slot, and reinforced the idea that his name guaranteed results. Then came 2020, and for the first time, his name wasn't enough. The King, Eternal Monarch, was positioned as an untouchable post-military comeback. Massive hype, strong opening, and then the ratings started falling, and never recovered. By 2025, the era was officially over. When the star's gossip had everything stacked in its favor, Lee Min-ho, Gong Hyo-jin, Netflix backing, and a reported 50 billion won budget. On paper, it should have been a lock. Instead, it became a warning sign. Ratings couldn't break 3%, dipped as low as 1.8%, and the finale ended at 2.5% before the drama quietly vanished from the conversation. And here's what it says about him. Lee Min-ho can't rely on legacy anymore. Back-to-back disappointments don't just hurt ratings. They chip away at a reputation that used to be unquestionable. In 2026, every project choice matters. One more miss doesn't just affect a drama, it reshapes how the industry measures him. He's still a global name, but the safety net is gone. From here on out, everything has to be earned again. The twist? While domestic TV dominance faded, his global standing didn't. In 2024, he ranked #1 most favored Korean actor overseas for the 11th straight year, and prestige projects like Pachinko continue to anchor his international credibility. So, where does Lee Min-ho stand now? No longer guaranteed hits, still global relevance. And if the safety net disappears for someone like Lee Min-ho, then no star is immune anymore. So, what do you think? Have these actors still got what it takes to hit the top again, or have those peaks already passed them by? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And while you're here, check out the most popular K-dramas of 2025 and whether they really deserved the hype.